the show. Jacqlyn Burnett is here with us. It's Michelle Barone R.E.D. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I am so excited to be here. You both look stunning. I can't wait to get into it.
Me too. You look beautiful as well. And this is Ashley, my co-host. Ashley, what's up?
Hi.
We're
Hello,
so
Ashley.
excited to hear all about you. Jacqlyn, I have to start off. We've told this story on your podcast, and we're going to get into that too. But we met on the subway line in the Miami airport, like the restaurant subway. And I heard Jacqlyn on her phone, and she was like telling a friend or whoever about how she was in the airport for like 10 hours that day. And she's like, you're never going to believe this, but I got on a plane, I boarded, I had to deboard, then we got back on, then we never took off. And I was like, this poor girl's been through a lot. But the way you were telling the story, I was like, I need to be your best friend. I love her. So I turned around and you were just beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. So impressive. We looked at each other and we were like, so who are you?
It's like, one of those people you just meet and you know that they're going to be in your life somehow. You know they're powerful. And so I just felt gravitated towards you. And I'm so glad that we're here now.
Me too. This was only like a week and a half ago, by the way.
So we'd meet someone that way, though, honestly. That's just a great story.
We did it. And we wanted more time to talk, but we only had like 7 minutes while we were there, not even, probably 2. I had all my kids with me, and it was just a crazy moment. But thank you for accepting me during the chaos of us running a flight.
Likewise, I was on a plane, off a plane, back on, had a one stop, was supposed to be a nonstop. So it was a day. So I'm glad that through the troubles of the day, we were able to connect on such a high note.
Me too. So I want to get into it. There's so much we're going to talk about with you. You have a million things going on. First thing I want to talk about is your podcast. Happiness Habitat. It's all about good vibes. And when I was interviewed, it was super special. There was no script. It was just real. And I think that's so important. I think it's so important to like capture someone's authenticity. And I want to talk about how you came up with the concept and what made you really go into this.
Sure. So, a funny story. A lot of people that are in my life, they know me as the happiest person they've ever met. And I think that's a true testament to just my mindset and how I've been able to build such a strong, neutral, positive mindset. So back in 2020, I decided I was living with my cousin David Meltzer at the time at his house in Orange County. I left West Hollywood, all the COVID troubles and everything that was going on. I was living at my cousin's. I'm like, let me just go ahead and journal. I'm just going to journal of my life, like why I am in the way I am. I've never self-reflected on paper like that. I've gone and done a lot of personal development before with doctors and different, bio-cybernaut training, alpha training, all of these different things, but I've never journaled on paper about why I am the way I am. So I started journaling and I came to find out that I'm like, I think I should turn this into a book because this book, this journal that I was writing was all the ways someone can actually, or how I've been able to optimize my opportunity zone. What does that mean? My opportunity zone is really where that perfect flow state happens, where you're able to, be in that happy zone and do your best. It's like when a football player just has that epic play, or the golfer has that hole in one. They're just feeling like they're in that flow, serene state. So I wrote this book called Happiness Habitat, which my cousin helped me come up with the name. And I have in the book all of these now different experts, whether that's in mindset. So I have an expert, Dr. George Pratt, talking about mindset in there and the experience we had together. I have Mary Ruth Organic, someone who I really look up to in the nutritional space, talking about nutrition and my experience with them. So I decided, why not just write a book, but also build a podcast and a community around this. So that's where I am right now. You have been on the show so gratefully. And that's kind of the process and product of Happiness Habitat.
I love it. And, it's interesting because I could tell that when you were on the phone talking to your friend in just a short time. And myself, too. Every time I walk into a room, people are like, you're always in a good mood. That's always like what I hear about myself from other people. Like, how come you're always happy? Like, the worst thing could have happened to you, and you're still happy. And it is a mindset. I think it's innate, right? But I would like to hear from you through the process of journaling. And can you give us a little tidbit on what your thoughts were on how you are happy because of what you learned from yourself during that?
Sure. One of my favorite quotes is, everything happens in the right way at the perfect time, which really just means being grateful for the current moment, knowing that everything's going to work out because you're going to make it work out, right? You're in control of your own life. You get to decide what you want to do. Your past actions, experiences have actually created your current, your present, which means that you have the power to change what that is. So life to me is too beautiful to focus on the things that are not, or are not perceived. There's too much good in this life to focus on the bad. So it's like when we met and I was on that plane for a few hours, then I got off, then I had to get back on. It's okay. That's fine, because I know that life, there's other beautiful things in life where that's now just going to become a fun story that I get to share, which it is.
Yeah, that's so cool. One thing I found, because I'm similar in that way, and I don't know many people like that, a lot of people suffer from a lot of things, anxiety, depression. I think everyone in life has had anxiety at some point for one reason or another. But, um, you know, a lot of mental health issues went on during COVID, after, before, and there's a lot of awareness around it now. Thank God it's being socially accepted, finally, and being embraced more than ever in the past. What do you say to help get someone in a positive mindset? And how do you kind of, when you're talking to someone who's not so positive, get them to see your point of view and making sure that they feel you're authentic? Because sometimes I struggle with that. People say, well, you can't really be that happy. And I say, no, I actually am. Like, my heart is full right now. And, it's hard for me to understand sometimes why people don't understand that that is authentic. How do you feel, and what do you do to make people know that you're authentically happy?
Sure. It's funny that you say that, because I have had someone close to my life who got in this relationship, and at the time when I was getting to know their significant other, they actually asked that person, was like, is Jacqlyn really that happy? And there's a few ways, one, genuinely be yourself, because that will come across that way. If someone views you as not being authentic, maybe it's because they're self-reflecting, maybe they're not being genuine themselves. A lot of the time people are mirroring each other. So if someone sees someone, that means that's who they really are. But also, you also asked, like, what can you do to actually get in that happiness or that flow state, that neutral state? And there's a few things that I actually do daily. One of which is practice gratitude. So every single day throughout the day, I'm reminding myself what I'm grateful for, whether that's just picking up this LaCroix or whatever it is, and being grateful for the bubbles that it has, how small that might be. But really also, another hack is imagine yourself from third person. I talk about this in my book. So I'm sitting here right now. You both are sitting there. Imagine viewing yourself from the corner of the room, high corner of the room. Observe the thoughts that you're having that go through your head. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but we have about 40,000 thoughts a day. And a lot of those are repetitive, and a lot of those are sometimes negative. So if you can allow yourself to visualize from third-party perspective, just observe your thoughts. And as you're observing yourself, really think and look, are these thoughts something that is serving me? Is it something that is negative? Is it not allowing me to be my true self, the best version of myself? And if you're observing those thoughts, just look at them and see them pass by. Or figure out, why are you thinking that way, and continue moving. But the best thing you could possibly do is just observe yourself from third person and continue to just see how you can eliminate those negative thoughts.
It's funny. I'm going through that with my son right now. He's coming up to me, Mommy, I have this bad thought. And I'm like, oh, well, let's redirect, or I make light of it, or somehow like try to get him to refocus on the positive. And, another thing that I've been doing with him is praying. And a lot of people, may or may not pray, believe in it or not, whether you believe in a higher power or you don't. At the end of the day, it causes comfort, and it causes you to have less anxiety. And I think that causes peace, which in turn causes positivity. So,
Absolutely. It's a form of manifestation.
Yeah, and it is manifestation. And really, if you want something, I mean, even this podcast, your podcast, we thought about it, we created it, we figured out how to get it, and things happen for a reason. We were meant to meet. This is not, it's by design. So it's really cool to be here and to think about these things and have your feedback and to meet someone who's like-minded. It's really awesome. I want to share another thing that may help ease anxiety, and you talked about it in one of your Instagram videos, and it was be aware of your surroundings. So let's check this out. So yeah, I mean, that was an awesome video, and it's so calming, and your whole vibe is so peaceful, and your aesthetic is so...
I was just going to say that the aesthetic, the video, you just like want to watch it. Like that's a video I'd save. On TikTok, I have a whole file of like calm videos that I want to watch if I ever need to relax. That's definitely one I would put in there for sure.
I love it.
Thank you. I am trying to get better at putting out more reels, but the premise of that video, I just wanted to share the message of be grateful for your surroundings. Now, no matter what they are, whether that is outside in the cold in your perfect Zen spot, or if that's somewhere where you want to be somewhere else, but you still should be grateful no matter where you are because you put yourself there. You are where you are. You get to actually move yourself to where you want to be. So be grateful for the now because you can change it. That's kind of the premise of that video.
I love the gratefulness aspect. You've mentioned it several times already. And I do believe that's where happiness derives. You're right on there because, I feel so thankful for everything. And, life is beautiful. It's a blessing. A lot of people do spend time thinking about things that may bring them down or, something someone said about them. But if you can literally just knock all that stuff out of the way and focus on being grateful, you're right. In turn, happiness will come. It's true.
I have one other fun exercise that I practice sometimes to be aware of whether or not you're in flow state or neutrality, which is when you wake up in the morning, do 3 things that bring you absolute joy, whether that's calling one of your parents or taking a warm shower, writing down what you're grateful for, because if you're able to use that as a metric throughout the day of saying, okay, I know when I woke up, I did the most positive thing that I did to fill my entire being. If you go throughout the day, then say, oh, I'm off a little bit. Now let's bring that back up. You can kind of use it as a measure as success to whether or not you're in a grateful state or in flow.
I feel like I need some coaching sessions. This is nice.
This is very motivating. Like I feel like I just need to be happier. I mean, every morning I'll wake up and I'll play a happy song and just dance around my room. And I think that's definitely a great way to start your day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Talking more about your content, I mean, I looked at a lot of your videos and I saw this one video of a vegan latke. It looks so good. Let's check it out.
Let's make vegan latkes. Very easy, simple to make. Take 1 potato, slice it and dice it, just as you see me doing here. Put it all in a bowl, damp out all of the liquid. Take a little half onion, dice it in there. Add 1 cup of flour. Add 3 teaspoons of arrowroot starch, 1/4 of baking soda, and sprinkle some salt in there. Now take a little bit less than 1 cup of oat milk or whatever plant-based oat milk you have. After you've mixed it up, make it into a pancake. Put it on your stove, medium-high. Wait till it gets crispy brown, flip it, and start to plate it. The first one I'm making is a schmear type of latke, so I'm adding my smoked salmon, my vegan cream cheese, and onion and capers. Second one is sour cream and vegan caviar made of kelp. It is so good. And the last one, of course, the classic applesauce. Serve it immediately for the best crispiness and enjoy.
That looks so good.
I'm hungry now.
I'm hungry too. Darn it, it looks so good. But so recipes and cooking, how does that participate in the happiness of your life, and why that's so important to you? Because you said earlier putting things into your body. helps you create this positive aura in your vibe.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I truly believe that happiness is not just created from external forces, internal forces as well. So that goes beyond just the mass around you. It's also what you're putting inside of you. And I'm sure you've experienced this where you eat something that's not the best for you and you don't feel the best right after or however long it might be, versus when you eat something that's just so nutritionally filling and flavorful, you just feel better. But also, when you put really good things in your body that are good for you, it helps the rest of your body. And, everything lives in symbiosis with one another. Your gut bugs are interacting with your brain. And so we really want to fuel ourselves with the most premium fuel that we possibly can. We want to drive like a sports car. We have to fill it with that premium fuel. So we need to have good food. So I actually became plant-based back in 2016. I've always been healthy, but I kind of took it one step further when I started reading Dr. David Gundry's book, or Stephen Gundry's book. It's not about being plant-based, but it's about doing what's best for your body and really understanding how plants interact with the rest of your body. So for me, I try and cook as much as I can with the plant-based kind of, bottom tier nutrition as possible, so I can really get that amazing nutrients. And I have fun doing it as well.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know what? Plant-based, I've done a few different diets in my life, but plant-based I've never done. Sounds interesting. How do you get your protein? A lot of people ask that, right? But how do you get your protein through a plant-based diet?
That's true. That's true. A lot of people do ask that because everyone's like, how do you get the protein if you're vegan? I get my protein many ways. Every little vegetable, whether people believe it or not, actually has a serving of something of protein. I also get it from peas or, even chickpeas. I eat tofu sometimes, not all the time because I don't like to eat too much soy. I call myself plant-based, by the way, not vegan, because there's a lot of misconceptions with plant-based foods and vegan. Vegan is where, anything that's kind of like your fake chicken or the faux version of a meat something, versus like plant-based, which is really just made of plants. And then the other thing too is a lot of people don't realize this, but when your body is actually breaking down the foods, it's going back for seconds as far as protein. So you're kind of always getting double the servings of protein, which is really cool.
That is really cool to see that.
There's a lot of misconceptions about protein.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So another thing you do, and I see in your videos, is you create these magical moments and with friends, with family, and creating like spaces that are incredible. I want to show this video too.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky, just the two of us.
Love that so much. I love the whole
Thank
vibe.
you.
It's a good video. I'm literally gonna go ahead and just watch all of her videos.
I need to make more videos.
Yes. And
Thank
we
you.
are here with Jacqlyn Burnett. Jacqlyn, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Jacqlyn Burnett, or TikTok at Jacqlyn Burnett, or my website. You can learn more about myself and what I do, jacqlynburnett.com.
Awesome. Love it. I want to talk a little bit now about media kits, because you are a boss babe 2 girl, and you and
Appreciate
a
that.
significant other created this company, right? Talk to us about it.
That's right. That's right. So it's funny. I've been in the creator world my whole professional career since I graduated college in 2015. And I always had the problem of I needed media kits for the creators that I worked with, but they were always outdated. And then when it came time to updating them, within like 2 days, it would be outdated again. So when my boyfriend, Casey Adams, and his business partner at the time and best friend, Kieran O'Brien, they were living together back in like 2018, 2019. They actually came up with this idea back then, but they shelved it. They were working on their own things. When I think it was 2 summers ago, they decided, okay, it's time to actually build this. I decided to join forces with them and help them actually create this product. So what MediaKits.com is, it is your place and your destination to create a media kit that is always updated. So all you have to do, go to MediaKits.com, connect the socials that you want, and you're done. Put the headshot, you can write a little bio, and you just send out the link, or you can download it as a PDF. So we built that 2 summers ago. We then went through the acquisition phase of selling it to this company, Viral Nation. Very exciting. They are a huge powerhouse in the creator economy as well. They're located in Toronto. But they acquired us in September, and I've been with them ever since. So it's been really fun to be in this creator space and go through the journey of, building and selling a company.
Awesome. So Media Kit's free for content creators, right? Absolutely free.
That's right.
So you can go to MediaKits.com.
That's right.
All right, check it out.
I am also going to that website once I'm done here. I definitely
It's so helpful.
struggle with that. Definitely updating it. I mean, especially with TikTok, you're growing all the time. So it's definitely handy to have something updating it for you instead of editing it every single time you need to email someone.
Yeah, it's huge. A live document like that is awesome. Great idea, great concept. And now, how has the transition been to Viral Nation? And are you still working there?
Yeah, I'm still working there, and it's been amazing. It's really cool to see. So Viral Nation themselves, they have a talent side, and they also have the tech side where they have a suite of tools that they offer. And so it's been really cool to build media kits within their other products. And so now when I first transitioned, I was just focused on media kits, focused on the success of the transition. But now my focus is in the rest of their products too. So it's very cool. It's a lot of fun.
So awesome.
That is cool.
So cool. And now tell me about you. So do you have a media kit, and what do you like most about it?
I do. I have a media kit, of course. I love that I can literally just send it out to brands or other creators so they can learn more about, who's my audience. And kind of what I love most is that, yes, of course, it has the audience breakdown, but it also has, your last 4, of like whether that's TikTok, Instagram, you can kind of pick and choose what you want it to show. So I love that I can display my latest posts, which is really helpful, where people can just see more about Jacqlyn Burnett.
That's so cool.
That's great.
I love it. Well, congrats to you. I want to talk a little bit more. I want to go back a little and talk a little bit more about happiness, because I think it's important. So we're going to play a little game. Let's do it. We're going to do this or that. I already know the answer to your first question, but we got to ask it. Ready? So, like, happy or like super happy?
Oh, you know what? I feel like you might know my answer, but maybe not. I love super happy, but I believe happy because it's more consistent.
Ooh,
Good answer.
that was a really, really good answer. I did not think you were going there with that one. I thought you were going to be like super duper happy. All right.
I figured.
She got me. She got me. Ash?
All right. Instagram or TikTok?
I think I'm gonna date myself, but I have to say Instagram.
Oh, we knew it. We love Instagram too. We love.
I'm a millennial.
Most days I do pick Instagram,
Yeah,
I'd say.
I think so. Right?
Less time consuming for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
It is less.
So this one's a little trickier, and I know you had your experience with COVID. So, Orange County or Marina Del Rey? Which area do you like better? All right. Well, where were you in Orange?
Oh, I was in Ladera Ranch, but I used to live in Newport Beach. So I love both, but I will say for my time of life right now, Marina Del Rey. I am so close to the airport. I am so close to going up to Malibu, go into Beverly Hills, even going down Orange County to see my cousins. So it's very central. Marina Del Rey.
Love it. Now, favorite restaurant in Orange County or favorite restaurant in LA? Let's put it there because I know you're a foodie. And, you know, I want to know, like, I know there's great vegan options. There's great plant-based options there. So I want to know,
Yes.
you know, where do you like to dine there?
Okay. So the Ivy is it's not a vegan restaurant, but they are vegan friendly. It's absolutely beautiful. This restaurant has roses, colorful roses everywhere you look. And they always have their Christmas beautiful lights up. And it's so pretty. And it's just you can go there on a date with your girls, with your dad, whatever. It's the best. They have the best food. And then also Crossroads, which is a vegan restaurant. It is, to me, the most, I guess, like classy, upscale vegan restaurant that you can go to in LA. And it's amazing. It is so yummy. I love it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Kind of jealous we live in New York now.
I know, me too. Here's some good food here, though. We live in
New York has so much good food.
we live in a culinary town, upstate New York, Poughkeepsie. I don't like to consider it upstate, although not all the way up. We're like, you know, right
Like right before.
mid-state, yeah. But we have really good food in this area too. It's very good.
Definitely.
So, well, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us, and I really appreciate you coming on here. We learned so much about you, about your ideals of being happy, and they're so important. And where can people find you again online, and where can people find your book?
Yes. So you can find me online on Instagram or TikTok at Jacqlyn Burnett. You can go to my website, jacquelynburnett.com. And my book, it is not out yet, but it will be out in the next few months. And it's called Happiness Habitat.
Yay! Make sure you
I'm
check it
excited.
out. We love you, Jacqlyn. Thank you so much for
I love you guys. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you. Episode is sponsored by my dear friends at J'adore Fine Jewelry. Visit JadoreFineJewelry.com